Imagine this: a billionaire returns home after years of building empires across the world. He expects to find a cold, empty mansion and a sick, forgotten father. But when he opens the door to his father's room in the middle of the night, he freezes because what he sees changes his understanding of wealth, loyalty, and love forever. Before I share this powerful story with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss stories that can move your heart and change your perspective. He was one of the richest men alive. His name appeared in magazines, his face on TV. People admired him, envied him, even feared him. He was the man who had everything: private jets, mansions across the globe, businesses that never stopped growing. But behind the perfect image was a truth he never spoke of. He had left his father behind. His father was once strong, wise, and full of life. A man who had worked hard to raise him, teaching him lessons of honesty, discipline, and humility. But life had been cruel. After a stroke, his father's health collapsed. Half of his body was paralyzed, his voice weak. The doctor said he would never be the same again. At first, the son tried to stay close. He hired the best doctors, the finest nurses, sent money, gifts, everything money could buy. But slowly, business consumed him. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Phone calls became less frequent. Eventually, silence took over. He told himself, "I am building an empire for my father. He will understand." But deep down, guilt lived like a shadow in his heart. 5 years later, the weight of that silence became unbearable. He decided to return. No media, no headlines, no celebrations. Just a son returning to see his father. It was midnight when he arrived. The mansion stood in darkness, grand but lonely, like a forgotten monument. The air was cold, carrying the smell of dust and age. As he walked through the halls, every corner whispered memories: his mother's laughter, his father's strict but loving voice, Maria humming in the kitchen. The emptiness hurt. Then he noticed it, a faint light glowing under his father's door. He pushed it open quietly. What he saw broke him. Maria, the maid who had been with him for decades, sat by his father's side. She was older now, her hair streaked with gray, her hands rough from years of service. But she wasn't asleep. She was wide awake, gently holding his father's hand, whispering prayers, and feeding him spoon by spoon. "Don't worry, sir," she whispered softly, her voice trembling but full of faith. "Your son will come back one day. Until then, I am here. You are not alone." The billionaire froze. His father, frail and weak, turned his eyes slightly, as if those words gave him strength. Tears welled up in his son's eyes. He realized something in that moment. He had sent wealth, but what his father needed was presence. And Maria had given that presence when he, his own son, had not. He stepped forward, his voice breaking. "Maria," she turned in shock, nearly dropping the spoon. Her eyes widened, and tears streamed down her cheeks. "Sir, is it really you?" He could barely speak. "After all these years, you're still here?" Maria placed her hand on her heart, shaking her head. "Your father gave me everything when I had nothing. A roof, food, dignity. How could I ever leave him? Serving him is not my duty, it is my honor. He is my family." He remembered the little things: Maria staying up when he had fevers as a boy, Maria shielding him when his father scolded him too harshly, Maria walking him to school and praying under her breath for his success. He fell to his knees beside his father's bed. His father's frail hand trembled as it reached out. The son grabbed it tightly, his tears falling onto it. "Father, I'm so sorry," he cried. "I thought building an empire was love. I thought sending money was enough. I was blind. I was wrong. Please forgive me." For the first time in years, his father's lips curled into the faintest smile. His hand weakly squeezed his son's, and tears slipped from his eyes. Maria's voice filled the silence, gentle and warm. Now he has both his sons back. That night, the billionaire didn't leave his father's side. He listened to Maria tell stories of the past 5 years, the nights she stayed up when his father couldn't breathe, the mornings she sang to him just to make him smile, the countless prayers she whispered for the son who had forgotten to call. Each story was like a dagger to his heart, but also a light. He realized Maria's loyalty was worth more than all the gold in his vaults. Days turned into weeks. The billionaire canceled his meetings, postponed his trips, and stayed. He fed his father himself, sat with him for hours, even laughed with him like he hadn't in years. Maria watched silently, her heart full. He changed forever. From then on, Maria was no longer a maid. She was family. He gave her the respect, love, and honor she deserved. And to his father, he gave the one gift he had failed to give before, his presence. And in that presence, something magical happened. His father's health, though fragile, began to improve. His laughter returned, even if weak. His eyes shone again, because for the first time in years, he wasn't alone. The billionaire finally understood. True wealth was never in his jets or skyscrapers or bank accounts. True wealth was in loyalty. True wealth was in love. True wealth was in people like Maria who stay when everyone else leaves, who give when nothing is asked, who love without condition. And so he learned a lesson no amount of money could teach. Empires may fall. Fortune may fade. But loyalty, kindness, and love, those last forever. So I ask you, who is the Maria in your life? Who has stood by you, giving everything, asking for nothing? Maybe tonight, it's time to thank them. If this story touched your heart, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded of the true meaning of wealth. Because money can build empires, but loyalty builds legacies.